Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Nithyanandam, we welcome all of you to today's exciting episode on Nithyananda TV. I am Sri Nitya Brahma Sukhananda Maharaj.
And I'm Sri Nitya Rajananda Maharaj.
Yes, and today we are going to bring a very exciting topic for all of you, which is how to become a hero. Right?
Yes, Maharaj. Fantastic topic.
Yes, exactly. So because everyone secretly has that desire to be a hero, right, in their own life, be it how they project to others, how they believe about themselves. This secret desire to be a hero or even a heroine, right?
Yes.
In their own life is something we all cherish. Now, it's interesting to see how even the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has spoken on this topic and given direct guidance and understanding
Yes.
of what heroism really is and
Yes.
how to truly become a hero in the life.
Yes, absolutely, Maharaj. All of us secretly want to be a hero in our lives, whether we portray ourselves as humble or innocent or in a way that is powerful. But all of us want to be a superstar in our
Yes.
lives. We always have this dream, this vision that we should be like this.
Exactly. And we should actually speak about what exactly the words which were used by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about this topic, how he introduced this thing. So he says, he's given a perfect understanding actually and solution also for this, how to become a hero. He says life is navarasa nataka, right, which is navarasa natya, between what we believe, what you believe as you, the inner image that we carry, what you project yourself to others, which is the outer image, right?
Yes.
What actually others believe us to be, and what ourselves we are trying to project about you, the so-called, what others believe and what we believe about the whole life, about the others in general. All these four images, the dance of these four images is the Navarasa Nataka, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is talking about. And how to win this game, about this dance, how to be a perfect dancer, that is the whole thing.
Yes, how to be finally the hero at the end of the story.
Exactly.
That is the way the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully puts these four images and shows how literally our life is a dance between these four images.
Yes.
If you imagine your life as a movie, in any Hollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood, Sandalwood, any wood, the inner life, the inner image you really have about you is a hero. Okay,
Yes.
This is what he says. The inner image, what you think about yourself, is the hero of the story. And the outer image, what you project to the world, others are the heroine. And the heroine. Yes.
Okay.
It's the there's this gap between the inner image and outer image in our life. We'll come to the discussion. And then the image about your enemies, the enemies that you have, the villain you want to build, that is the image, that is the others image. And the image actually others believe is the audience. So that's others image. So these are the four images that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism just nicely maps into a traditional kind of cinema or a movie. And
exactly, it's very important to see this whole analogy, how he's actually making us understand. It's a very profound truth told in a very casual, day-to-day way to relate to people and how they can actually win this game. This is the game of life, right? It is the Natya we all are playing ultimately as Nataraja, right?
Yes.
Paramashiva himself, he is the ultimate dancer. He is playing this whole game at the cosmic level. And we being his image, we being, drawn in his image directly, we are also ultimately in the same inner space as Paramashiva. We are also manifesting the same in our own lives. In same dance is being played in our own lives. We have these four images, right? As the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism puts it, in our inner deep space, we all cherish that we are the heroes, right? At least we want to be. That is the inner image we carry. And we project to others as the heroine, right? All the tantrum and everything that goes with it is the outer image that we project to others. Our enemies, what the image about us they want to project is that we are the villain.
Yes.
Right? This
yes,
is the
yes,
third
yes,
image.
Yes, the third image.
And the fourth, what actually people believe us to be is just the audience. They don't see us that important as we want to believe. But these are the four images which go on playing their game in our life. And how to win this game? The person who wins this game, this Navarasa Nataka, right? He who conquers this whole art as Nataraja himself, of being the perfect dancer of playing this dance, is the one who wins the game, is the real hero. in
Yes.
life.
And all movies have climaxes. They don't have conclusions. They always show that they live happily ever after, but they don't show that what life is after that story, what after the story ends, how it continues, how the person has conquered and inside the inner image, and how that reflects in their life. And the four images beautifully, Maharaj, you're sharing, and especially the third image you said, that how what you believe as others. What you believe others are think about you.
Yes.
That is the villain's new. Like we always think, because we always think the people are conspiring against us. That there's something wrong with this person. This person is not treating me properly. These kind of ideas form the image of what you believe others are.
Yes.
And then the image about what actually other people experience about you, what they're actually seeing, what's the drama they are seeing as you or as you in your life, is the other's image.
And very importantly, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism puts very strong statement he makes, that anyone who wants the heroic conclusion about your own life, just put your time, your treasure, your talent in consciously working on your inner image. That is the conscious blueprint that we carry. Who put their time, their effort, their energy in building their inner image consciously, they are the ones who are going to be the real heroes in life, or heroines, right? Typically, it's gender neutral. The concept is what, the cognition is what is important here. What the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is trying to teach is the consciously building our inner image is the real key to win this game of life and become a hero, truly, in true sense, in the life.
And if you want, you can spend 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, as much as you need. But it is very important to spend this time with yourself, to build the hero inside you, build the inner image, and that is what the Supreme Pontiff.
Yes, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone, to the extent of saying that the whole, making this appeal to the entire youth and the young generation out there to spend some time, take some time off from your whole mundane routine which the society has put you in, and take some time off just to travel, even just to travel without any money, maybe some emergency cash you can carry. Just travel length and breadth. If you're an Indian, you're actually blessed. From north to south, if you just take 1 year off or at least 6 months off and travel, so much of rich experience you will have. You will be grounded in a very strong identity and inner image about yourself, right? You'll stop believing that the whole that others are against you. That is very important.
First
right?
thing,
There to support you. That fundamental cognitive shift, when that happens, it really grounds us in a very strong and positive inner image. From that, when we build the life, so to speak, in the future years to come, the person is going to be completely different. That's what the Supreme Pontiff is.
And even if you see in any story that comes out, the way that the hero conquers the villain is not in any way. Even if you see the story of Subramanya and the story of how they conquer the enemies, the enemy becomes redundant. It is like he doesn't become an enemy anymore. You come over the perception that this guy's a bad guy. No, he's just caught up in his own delusion. You understand that, and you understand that the delusion has to end, not the person. You understand changing that it is not then when the ideology of the villain changes, that same way when you change the way you perceive others as, or what the world is in your life, life image, what your life image, what the world is in your life. And as you said, Maharaj, if someone just decides to go spend time with life, real people, going out and meeting people, going out and seeing how life is, how people are just loving, they're just always there. The truth of life is that it is life positive. When you have an experience of this, then you'll realize there's no villains. You have already conquered the villain then.
Exactly. In the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares again and again how he himself spent so many years, 9 years, I think, right? In his own life, he took just to travel across the length and breadth of India. And so many experiences he had, right? He said that, I have literally been with all kinds of people. And I've been in all kinds of situations, served there, right? As a brahmachari. That level, that kind of training he has had. And that's why he has that very strong grounding. Right?
It is a Parivarajaka sadhu's life. In a Parivarajaka sadhu's life, there is a rule that you should not spend more than 3 days in one place. So the lifestyle itself is active. You have to be continuously moving. You have to be continuously going out, meeting people. This lifestyle, or that part of the sannyas diksha, that part of taking sannyas, you have to be continuously moving around, meeting new people and getting yourself exposed to life. That is the way that Paramashiva beautifully designed this this particular initiation as Parivarajaka.
Exactly.
And it's beautiful. And many people are doing this in these days, just going out, spreading and leaving the internet world and just going out and living with life, taking a breath and experiencing this.
Really feeling your feet again on Mother Earth. That is very important. We have so become detached from the real world, from really breathing the air and seeing the people as they are, knowing people really.
Yeah.
We've just become completely detached on our own gadgets and all that. We have, that is what really the heroism would be, to again become grounded, first of all, in the authentic, real image, inner image about us. And that will only come with when we experience the entire world in a completely raw sense, right?
Yes,
as the Supreme Pontiff also puts it. And before we take this discussion forward, let's also prepare ourselves to watch a few minutes of this clip when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sharing these same truths. And as we get ready to play that clip, we also invite all the viewers to put their comments out there and share your opinions, what your questions are, what your doubts are about this whole topic of heroism. What do you mean when of course you also want to be a hero in your own life, right? So what do you think? What is your image that you want to manifest? What kind of heroism you want to manifest in your own life? And as we move forward in this show, it's a very special announcement, because the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has gifted to the entire world free entry to the Maha Parama Shivam program, which is running right now. It is currently running, and we are moving to the special darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and you can be a part of this amazing experience of having the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and getting your wish fulfilled. Whatever you mean by heroism in your own life, and you want to manifest that in your own life, we become a hero just simply having the darshan and initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Simply you can manifest everything
Yes.
in your life, right?
And you said, Maharaj, also that people want to take a vacation, people want to take a break. Absolutely. When you have a darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism,
Yes.
it is a complete outside of the grid kind of experience.
Yes.
Of literally, even just if you're just sitting at home, seeing the screen, seeing the Supreme, seeing his darshan, you can, and it is possible to have that kind of a breakthrough and literal break from the whole day mundane 9 to 5 job or whatever it is that you are seeing that puts you in where you feel stuck in your life, and this whole routine, to come out of it. It is a beautiful opportunity of time right now. It's freely available. Immediately you can go to the link that we are projecting below, or scan the QR code, and immediately you can sign up and join the session tonight. Don't go to sleep tonight without having this session, without seeing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
And we even have a shorter route for you to directly attend the program. We have a phone number which we want to share. You can directly put your WhatsApp message and we will reach out to you, giving you the link and directly how you can join. The number, I am going to announce it, is +1 323 60 77 111. I again repeat, +1 323 60 77 111. Just drop a WhatsApp message on this number and we will immediately reach out to you, sharing the link with you, and you can directly attend the MahaParamashivoham session right now, starting right now. You don't have to waste even a single second. Just jump in and have this experience in your life, right? So let's go to the clip now, Maharaj. Let's ask our team to play a few minutes from the video clip when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is explaining these same truths. And as this team is getting ready, we can also discuss what else does the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism say about us consciously building a strong inner image. He says one very important example. For example, when it comes to our food patterns, right? He says very simply, simplest thing, just conquer your junk hunger pattern. Our hunger for not even normal food, but for junk food, right? It has become such a strong pattern in all of us, how trapped we are by the society in just this having the constant craving for junk food in our life. It has literally taken our entire inner image into a custody of its own self, right? That's how we have strongly become addicted, this addiction of junk food. And such a strong signal that sends us in our whole nervous system that we become completely slaves to this pattern. Simply, if we just consciously get rid of this one addiction, for example, it will release so much of energy from our inner image and give us a complete breakthrough. This is one example which he's sharing.
Definitely. You see, when we're talking about the hero in our story, he has to have, in his story, he has to have some trials. He has to overcome some things and have a breakthrough in his life. And in the example that the Supreme Pontiff is giving, it is the very patterns like these that are the obstacles that the hero has to go on. And whenever we have this breakthrough breakthrough in each of these patterns, we come over one of our addictions, come over one of these navarasa, nataka, then we will be able to make a new milestone in the story, in our own story. And if you see the way that this food and all of these are advertised, the visual taste, it just takes over your whole nervous system. It is like makes you suddenly have to pull out your credit card and just make a phone call and get the food to your house and immediately have the food. It is this sense gratification that they're going behind continuously.
This also comes from a very low self-image, which we cherish deeply inside, right? Because of that, we only can get enslaved by such patterns, and not to mention the kind of the marketing technology that we have invented as human beings. All of that is put into place just to make sure we get addicted to the junk food. When it comes to taste, it's the food that is available out there. It's not just to enrich us, physically as body. It's designed in a way that it becomes food for all our five senses. Even the music that is played in the restaurant, each and everything is designed and it's calculated, so to speak, in order to trap human beings in that constantly craving pattern of how to, again and again, turning and buying those food-like products in general.
Yeah, food-like products. That is the word. The food-like product. They're not really food. They have been processed so much to a level and added with so much preservatives and so much of chemically altered food is there, such that it is not real food. It is food-like. It is not even, if you're eating maybe some non-veg, it is not even that you're eating an actual living being. It is like a being, like a meat that you're eating. And even the products, the food is literally made, as you said, Maharaj, for the five senses. And if you're just a little conscious and have the capacity just to maybe a little bit unclutch and have the decision just to say, hold on, this is me getting connected to the navarasa. This is something that I don't want to have to engage in. Or just having this little bit of awareness of what you're consuming, whether it may be even just the visual and how you're, when you see a particular type of food or a particular type of advertisement, you have this just to take a moment and just observe what is the chemistry that is happening inside your body. What is the thoughts that are coming? What is the music that is playing inside your head?
How it is trapping you, seducing you, so to speak.
Correct. And just be aware of it. There is nothing to become powerless about it, nothing to become disgusted or shameful about it. It is just to be in a space of beautiful, restful awareness. And that is the way the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism teaches. Neither you engage nor you destroy the thoughts. You just witness them, and on their own, they become irrelevant.
It's so important to even master this technique of unclutching. Just a few days ago, we were talking about practicing samadhi and how important it is for all of us, especially the world leaders. And today, we might even bring the same aspect into this discussion of how to build consciously a strong inner image. And this one example of how we are addicted to this food-like products directly, when we just infuse this whole unclutching, the meditation, the consciousness into this whole experience and unclutch from it, so many things will become clear to us. How we are being trapped, by all the five senses, with the advertising industry, the words that are used, the music that is used, the pictures that are used, how people are eating, the perfect photoshopped images of the food products, which are not really the way they really look. Right? All those things, they're so strong.
And advertised by your favorite hero or favorite heroine.
Not really the heroes. We're talking about real heroism.
This is a different kind of it. It is advertised by those people we all look up to, just wanted to add that point. And then you just become a slave because, hey, that guy does, that guy eats this, I also want to eat. That is the whole way the whole navarasa nataka happens. And in just seeing how the advertisements play this, it is literally, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism calls it literally terrorizing your senses. And in this way, he even counters and says, you should feel terrorized as soon as you put some kind of a junk food in your mouth. Your senses should be terrorized and say, yuck, why am I eating this? Why is this happening? Then they should come absolutely want to come out of it. And you have to see how it is the food that you're eating. It isn't real food. You're not enjoying it. It isn't having the variety of freshness that is out there in nature. It is just a processed food that is induced with so many more than anything natural. It is having so many chemicals that just help it preserve it, or just have the sugars that give you the higher taste.
It's not even
higher taste.
Preservatives, Maharaj. The meat that people eat, nobody knows. how do you know it doesn't contain the actual blood and the feces of the animals, right?
Yes, yes,
But
yes,
this
yes.
taste is so captivating, and how people are trapped into it, they just forget the whole fact.
Yes,
Even after knowing, they just brush it aside. That is
yes.
the level of the pattern, how strong it
Yes,
has
yes.
become, right?
It isn't, you don't even know what is in that food. It is what kind of
Yes.
flesh or what kind of, what
Exactly.
is inside that. Because it's
Exactly.
just processed to a level and it is in a machine, and the machine won't be able to tell what is a good cut, what is not good cut.
Yes.
It'll just go on and giving, go on,
Exactly.
and things that are just nonsense. And you don't know, it is not going to give you a pure sattvic body.
Exactly. That's why the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also made the statement that the Gurukul, Kailasa's Nithyananda Gurukul, the kids who are studying in there, they are so blessed that they are just kept out of this whole grid of fake food,
Yeah.
right? And they are so blessed, and they can consciously build their bodies, their identity, their inner image without being contaminated by any of this nonsense from the outside world. That's what is needed, really. He says just even if one kid is just doesn't go back, to the grid to visit their home, just remains in the Gurukul. Nothing else needs to be done for
Yes,
that.
and blessed are those who didn't
Yes.
do that, who stayed with the Guru and were able to be blessed and continuously be in his presence, in his
Yes.
environment, in this spiritual ecosystem that is like a spiritual incubator that maintains that high energy, and that is always important when you're giving these initiations
Yes.
and all these things. Even in the MPSM free session that's coming, is going to have a beautiful darshan and initiation. When you come to seeing that, you need to have the body, you need to have the nervous system that is not getting just swayed away by small things.
It's very
A
important.
powerful nervous system,
Yes.
just to be able to receive a breathing that is so yogic and prana and heavy pranayama, to be able to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. But going past all those requirements, just by having his darshan, he is so
Exactly.
powerful. Just by having his darshan, just by just listening to him, is being with yourself. Just as we just said, the small unclutching. If you just do that and just attend the initiation, you'll be able to see so much of fears, so much of insecurity, so much of anxiety that is related to these food patterns will just disappear. This is a fact many people have experienced in their lives.
Exactly. And again, we would like to make this announcement. Don't waste even one single second. He has made himself available to each and every being on this planet. The MahaParamashivoham program is currently running, personally taken by him, and being offered completely free of cost. So just sign up, scan the QR code, and sign up for the MahaParamashivoham program, and join in right now, because anyway, the darshan is going to begin in just a couple of hours, 1 or 2 hours, the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is going to be life transformative, life-changing, and literally going to infuse new life just by having his darshan. That is the importance, that is the significance of even attending having one darshan of incarnation. We have the blessing of being in the presence of the incarnation, the current living manifestation of Paramashiva himself, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. So why even waste a single second? Just join it, right? Even another channel we have opened. If anyone wants to directly communicate with us and get the link to attend the Paramashivam program, MahaParamashivam program right now, we have even opened a phone number, WhatsApp number for you to just drop in a message. Number will be projected by our team, and we can also announce it. +1 323 60 77 111. You can simply drop in a message and we will respond to you as soon as possible.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. And also taking this discussion further, and how Swamiji, how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is literally, the mission is to create heroes. His mission is to create real heroes on planet Earth. The way he's doing it, one of the most important ways, is through the Nithyananda Gurukul, and how he grooms the kids, how he treats, what kind of food they are eating, the kind of ambience they are studying in and living, literally living with the Guru. That is what is required for all of us to become a real hero, literally speaking, right? That is the kind of experience we all have to do. Like, for example, even when we talk about the whole childhood, the kind of experience which the normal child has in the outside world, right? We are made to study everything about biology. On the other side, our own biology is being destroyed. So what is the whole use of studying and mugging up and all those things? What is happening inside our body? Where is the stomach? When our stomach is actually getting destroyed. The whole youth, all the children, they are being made to follow a kind of a pattern where their entire attention is not even on themselves and how to build their own system first. It's only on just winning in some rat race and knowing these facts or that facts. what is the whole use of it when your own system is getting destroyed at the same time?
Yes.
Right?
Actually, the more of the knowledge, if you see, even in the biology classes, they give you a picture of your digestive system and they say, this is how it looks inside. That mapping of how the visual it looks inside is not the experience that people have.
Yes.
If they say your stomach is here, your stomach is here, and your liver is here, and your intestine is here, that is not the experience you have. But when we look into ourselves, when we start our life with the Hindu way, the way we do in Hinduism, we are initiated, anybody can be initiated into Gayatri Mantra and start the life of living as a pure brahmachari. And when you live this life and work, your goal of your life is just self-introspection, getting to know more about yourself, getting to be comfortable with yourself. This is what the education system in today's society is lacking. Just to look inside and see, hey, all the answers are there inside. You just need, and you are intelligent enough to look inside and know them. It is not literally building anybody's intelligence. It is just giving them some facts and just say, memorize this. This is how you, this is the truth. It is not giving and building intelligence in someone. It is a Hindu lifestyle which helps people have lived the lifestyle as a pure brahmachari. Brahmachari means a person who literally lives with existence. And that person, when he lives with existence, naturally he will not be swayed away when these kind of junk food kind of advertisements come up, and no toxins will enter his system. He will just be powerful enough to know what is conducive to his system, what he can put inside, what what kind of an effect it will happen. And he'll be able to do one thing that is most important for brahmachari, especially the youth, because they're always complimented for their energy. And when they have such energy, they can do manifest wonderful things in their life. And that is why everyone's so happy about the people who are at 25 and below, because they have so much energy. But the problem is, it is now being wasted on this kind of unnecessary navarasa nataka. Rather, we should have the higher taste and we should retain our energy. That is what the brahmacharya does. It retains our energy, because the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the truth that energy is the real currency in life. We're all working towards wealth and getting different things. But the real currency in life is retaining your energy for what it is that you want, really building the hero inside.
Yes, exactly. Because actually the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism straight away, so there is nothing to learn out there. All this stupid mathematics, stupid biology, stupid chemistry, whatever we are learning, there is nothing. All of this is rubbish. What has to be done is just if first 25 years a person lives the life of a perfect brahmachari, right? He even went on to narrate his own stories about how he served in the Ramakrishna mission as a brahmachari, what all benefits he had personally, how grounded an identity it brought him into. Just that service, those are the years of service. And he actually instructs all of us to follow that similar kind of a lifestyle, because he says that even if we don't succeed in taking up sannyas in the end, just by being there and serving and having that experience for the first 25 years, it will literally build a completely different kind of a character, different kind of a personality and identity, and so much of energy. Because so much of energy, as you also said, is being locked in all these patterns, right? How the society has trapped us in food pattern, in even the lust pattern, pornography industry. So much of energy is simply locked in this whole thing, right? And actually, Swamiji also said this whole junk food pattern, many times it goes to the extreme that seducing us even more than the pornography industry. That's the extent of the energy trapping that we are witnessing in the current youth, how they are going to manifest that heroism, right? We have to liberate ourselves from these trappings of our energy, all these patterns in which we are trapped, and the conscious decision, the will to do it, to build the conscious identity, conscious inner image. That is the only way to manifest heroism, real heroism in our own life.
Yes, Maharaj. And it is actually beautiful to see in the situation of the Hindu Gurukuls, the Nithyananda Gurukuls, when these particular patterns are stopped or are matured when in the smallest age itself, not allowing the outside navarasa nataka,
no corruption can happen.
No outside influence comes. They retain a pure space, and when they have these experiences, when they have hunger or when they experience the lust emotion, they will be able to handle them as if it's nothing, with the most powerfulness. They build their heroism at the young age itself. That is what is the powerful thing that is there in the Hindu Gurukuls.
The inner hero has to be chiseled, consciously, properly groomed in a nurturing environment from a very young age. That's exactly what happens in KAILASA's Nithyananda Gurukul, and that's what is expected. The whole education system is supposed to do that to the individuals. But other than that, what is happening? Unnecessary influence of the greed and the fear-driven society enters into our consciousness at a very young age, unfortunately, and takes the whole heroism away from us. Even the so-called heroism that we cherish after that is not, it's a whole delusion, deluded identity of heroism. The real heroism has already been taken away. And nobody is there to tell us that that is what you're lacking. Come back to that identity, the real hero inside you.
Yes.
Right?
And so many beautiful ways the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism tells us about how to conquer and become conquer these navarasa nataka and literally become our own hero for ourselves. That is what he even shares when he shares that you should declare your conscious sovereignty. That is literally declaring that the hero is there inside me. I am Paramashiva. He's the hero of my life. Let me be like him. And anyway, this
actually, Maharaj, I think our team might be ready with the clip that we were promising to play, right? Just a few words from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about the same topic, and let's watch that clip first, and so we can continue the discussion. Okay?
Yes.
Great.
Life is the navarasa nataka, navarasa natya, between what you believe as you, inner image, what you project yourself as you to others, outer image, what others actually believe you, others' image, what your enemies are trying to project about you. Enemy's image. Fourth one, I am introducing, listen. Life is nothing but the navarasa natya, nataka between these four. If you imagine, just imagine your life as a movie, cinema story, Bollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood, Jollywood, Bollywood, Kollywood, any wood, you can sandalwood, any wood, you can take it as any wood, whether Hollywood or Bollywood or Kollywood or Tollywood or Jollywood, any wood. You consider your life as a movie. The image you really have about you is a hero. The image you have about you, inner image, your inner image, that is hero. The image you project about you to others, outer image, that is heroine. The image your enemies want to project about you, build about you, that is a villain. The image actually others believe is an audience. Understand? Just spend a little time thinking, visualizing. This example. Man who puts time, treasure, talent, energy, everything on his inner image, unconsciously builds it, wins the game. He becomes the hero forever. Life is the navarasa nataka, navarasa natya, between what you believe as you, inner image, what you project yourself as you to others, outer image, what others actually believe you, others' image, what your enemies are trying to project about you. Enemy's image. Fourth one I am introducing, listen. Life is nothing but the navarasa, natya, nataka between these four. If you imagine, just imagine your life as a movie, cinema story, Bollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood, Jollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood, any wood, you can sandalwood, any wood, you can take it as any wood, whether Hollywood or Bollywood or Hollywood or Tollywood or Jollywood, any wood. You consider your life as a movie. The image you really have about you is a hero. The image you have about you, inner image, your inner image, that is hero. The image you project about you to others, outer image, that is heroine. The image your enemies want to project about you, build about you, that is a villain. The image actually others believe is an audience. Understand? Just spend a little time thinking, visualizing. This example. Man who puts time, treasure, talent, energy, everything on his inner image, unconsciously builds it, wins the game.
I bless you all. Let you all.
Yes, Nithyananda, welcome back to the amazing words from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, exactly explaining the way what we were saying, exactly in his own words, from his own tongue, sharing these truths and very, very powerful truths and how to chisel your own, mold your own hero inside you by building the conscious identity from within.
Even
so
if you
much-
break
yes.
one pattern, if you break one pattern of addiction to junk food, your inner image will release so much of energy. Just like how we were saying, just one pattern, if you break, you'll realize the amount of power, energy that you have inside you, and retaining your energy. And
Yes.
you'll be able to see the whole life becomes a movie, and you'll see you'll be chiseling your inner image and chiseling the hero inside.
Yes, even like the whole villain now, the villains of your life will just completely drop and become irrelevant, redundant. An audience will start cherishing you, loving you,
Yes.
and naturally you will also get your heroine. That's
Yes,
what the Supreme Pontiff
finally
of
you'll
Hinduism
get
said.
to become what you always wanted to become. When you
Yes.
hero finally gets to be the hero and be the way that he always wanted. The inner image meets the outer image.
Yeah, he says very clearly that the villains will become irrelevant only for those who chisel their hero, the inner image, the heroic inner image from within. And that takes effort, that takes conscious practice and the initiation of the guru. That's most important. Only under the guidance of a master, enlightened master, can this be even possible. That's why we're again and again telling and requesting all the people to just have one darshan and attend the Maha Parama Shivam program. Let the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, just let him do that, his magic in your life. He's just waiting, he's just knocking on your doors. Just one call, one message, and you can literally change your whole life. Whatever you were wishing for, whatever the inner cherishing the inner hero, what you always want to manifest, right? That is very much possible when it comes to the initiation, the power of the initiation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and how he molds you, how he step by step takes you and guides you and chisels your inner image the way his own gurus. We are also going to share a little bit of how he expresses so much gratitude towards his own gurus, because they did the same to him. They are the ones who made him really the hero, right? What we are cherishing, what we are enjoying in our own lives as our hero. It is his gurus who cherished, who chiseled that heroism inside him from a very young age. That's exactly what we are repeating again and again. For at least from 18 to 25, all the youth out there, it's a straight appeal with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism made. Just practice brahmacharya in your life and share and practice these higher truths of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Then you'll start experiencing that inner powerful inner image, the inner identity, and start really literally manifesting the reality that you want. Then the whole heroism you will literally witness the whole heroic image building inside you, and others also appreciating you in that same way. That's the whole power of the initiation of the guru and practicing of these powerful cognitions which are there in the Vedas and Agamas and being revived now and shared with the whole world by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Yes, and one more point here. Finally, on this beautiful analogy that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is giving. Finally, he tells that anyone who thinks of himself as a comedian, and is able to unclutch from all of this nataka and just witness it and enjoy and enjoy life as it is, and he becomes the real hero. He becomes happy, joyful, and is able to enjoy the whole nataka. And anyone who takes the who thinks seriously that he should become a hero and he should or I have to take vengeance, I must become the villain in the life because everyone outside is against me, I must be a villain to them. These people are just loose. These people are just people who are just behind. The real person is the guy who finally enjoys and sees the whole thing as a play, as a comedy.
Yes, exactly. The person who doesn't take himself seriously, who treats himself as a comedian, he ends up becoming the real hero, and the cosmos registers him as a real hero, right?
Yes.
But the person who starts behaving himself too seriously as the hero, ultimately he's the one who becomes totally cranky and as a comedian. And cosmos registers him as a comic only, as a comedian only. So it is a decision how we want to operate in our life, from the powerful truths, powerful cognitions, of being just unclutched from all this whole play of the four images, the inner image, the outer image, the projected on others, how our villains perceive us and how the people in general perceive us. All this, the whole play that is happening, how we can simply just witness and enjoy this whole game. By only doing that, we can become the real heroes in our own life, right? Only those people can just walk and cruise through life so lightly, the very light being, and everyone would just love and get attracted to them naturally, would enjoy their company. But those who are very serious, naturally we will experience that people are just going away, kind of repelling, because that heavy feeling, nobody wants to experience.
And the best example that you have to see is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Yes.
Everybody cherishes his level of lightness and friendliness when it comes to expressing the highest truths of the cosmos in the most down-to-earth, plain way, like giving the small jokes, that the wife and husband jokes or the mother and daughter-in-law jokes, giving this light atmosphere, and in the most modern sense and in the most way that it is so relatable for all of us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is an example of that person who's just experiences life and doesn't take it like so seriously. And if you see even the example of when all of the persecution or the attack or any of these things came on him, though they do the hard work of strategizing and creating the nation, finally he said it is the play of life, it is all the blessing of Paramashiva, it is his divine Leela, and enjoyed the whole thing.
He's actually a direct example of what a true hero is. So much of mudslinging from the media, from everywhere else, all over the internet, the whole thing, the image that is projected about him by others is completely negative, as a villain even, right? All kinds of images, right? But how he perceives his own grounding in his inner image is so strong. That's exactly what you want again and again telling, right? The chiseling of your own inner image, the grounding that you have to be in your own inner image has to be so strong and so grounded that nothing can shake. Any image that is being thrown at you by anyone else, it cannot shake, because so much of negative image about a person being there in the media continuously for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years, right? It is not possible for any normal human being to take that.
Yes.
He'll himself start doubting his own
Yes.
image and
Yes,
what
yes.
he believes about himself.
He is a superhuman. He is a person who does not even cognize himself as a normal human being. He only uses the most powerful cognitions that are given in Hinduism, the Mahavakyas, saying,
Yes.
I am Paramashiva, Paramashivoham. I am the one who is the creation, the destruction, everything happens from me. I am consciousness. From that very state he operates. And that is what he teaches in the Maha Parama program.
Yes.
Maha Parama literally means the space and the state of declaring and living in the state as you are Paramashiva, all-powerful consciousness, the supreme consciousness. And that is the state the supreme pontiff of Hinduism is in. And when you come to him, he teaches you also how to be in that space.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Because he himself says, put your whole energy in building your conscious inner image. The inner image that you are carrying now is accidentally forced on you, unfortunately, by the society. Because unconsciously, we just, got into and born into that societal grid, so to speak, that we are again and again mentioning. Or is it just procured by you randomly without even consciously thinking about the repercussions? This whole identity, inner image that you carry is not something that is consciously built by you. But now you can take the decision to consciously build a right inner image. And that is what is going to make the difference. One important thing is that, as we say, the perfect example for us is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who demonstrates, right, in flesh and blood, he demonstrates what true heroism is. Any amount of negative mudslinging, anything, character assassination, this or that, but he continues to operate from his inner image of Paramashiva, that is who he truly is from within, right? From that space, manifesting and creating an entire nation. Yes. Right? It is not something just teaching or some, talking about some fancy stuff. He is literally doing it in real, on ground, right? And for that to happen, a guru's initiation is needed. He himself has been groomed by the Guru Parampara of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, countless generations of carrying this lineage, this enlightenment science from generation to generation, and everything being poured into him into his being by his gurus. Right, and also especially by Paramashiva himself, when he came as Arunagiri Yogeshwara and initiated him, trained him in manifesting the ultimate, the Paramadvaita experience, the oneness experience, and all these things have been possible only by the help of the gurus. And for you also to manifest the same heroism in life, of course, there are powerful cognitions which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares again and again, gives the directions, gives the teachings, everything. But ultimately, for you to do it effortlessly requires the initiation of a master. And who better to get this initiation from than the living manifestation of Paramashiva himself, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is here right now, available for each and every being on this planet to manifest their perfect heroic image towards everyone, anything that you want to manifest, how you want to see yourself, how you want others to look at yourself. You can be, it can be the perfect knowledgeable being, it can be most powerful person, athletic, in terms of physique, in terms of looks, anything it can be, or maybe in terms of wealth, it can be in terms of relationships, any inner image that you want to project to others, how to stably be grounded in it, how to be complete about it. Right? Yes. That requires the energy, that requires the guidance, especially that requires the initiation of the guru. And that's why we're again and again inviting all the viewers out there to sign up for MahaParamashivoham. It is absolutely free of cost, available for all the beings. And it is for you to manifest the best identity. And literally, you can have darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. That in itself is enough. And also even possibly talk to him, interact with him, right? Personally communicate with him. Everything, anything is possible for you. So sign up for MahaParamashivam program. The details are being projected at the bottom of your screen. So either scan the QR code or put a WhatsApp message, on the number that is also being projected, and just connect with us and we'll get back to you, and you can actually experience the MahaParamashivam program and actually get initiated into this whole science of manifesting your reality, manifesting your highest identity actually in flesh and blood in your life, and that too in an effortless way, because his gurus did it for him and we are enjoying him as the hero. It's a perfect example of heroism, and it is possible for you too. Just let the guru happen in your own life, and this time it's not just any guru, it is Paramashiva himself coming in the form of guru for you to initiate you and make you manifest everything that you want in life.
Yes, and if you look around in your life also, you see the people who are influencing you, if you see the way that you are learning things, maybe in this beautiful technologically advanced age, the way that you're getting influenced, maybe different people who are not maybe physically around you, but they are able to influence your complete life just by putting out a video and putting out some content online. In the same kind of a way, people can, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made himself available to everyone from any way, in any distance. The gurus has the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as a guru, as a responsibility for the world, as a Jagat Guru. He is putting himself out there in all of the digital infrastructure of KAILASA. In YouTube, you can go and see any video about Swamiji and get and learn about everything that is Hinduism, how to empower yourself, and everything you're listing. Those are all available to anyone who approaches or wants to know about the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in today's day. And it is the same way the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had in his childhood. He is surrounded by his influencers, his gurus, and one they were specifically Mataji Kupumal, Raghupati Yogi, and Iseki Swamigal. These three gurus literally were sitting and discussing about how they will bring up the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how they will set up the whole infrastructure for him, give him the land for him to establish and literally create Kailasa. That is where it started. They planned that he will take on the role and build the enlightened civilization in Kailasa. So the very land that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was going to have, the current Kailasa and Tirunamalai, all of that was a part of their plan to bless him and to give him the enlightenment and to groom him to be what he is today.
They were planning for his future. That's what the whole difference. See, all this knowledge we can take, we can cherish, and we can also apply. And all this works, right? But how much time will it take? Because we are the ones who are planning and doing all the work. The best is when the guru does this job for you. For free, nothing, because nothing is needed, no effort is needed from your side. Simple initiation, and you can simply enjoy after that. Everything in your life can simply happen as a magic. Anything that you want to manifest, Guru himself will do it for you. That is the whole, the sweetness and the magic of guru-disciple relationship. Actually, it can't even be expressed, Maharaj, isn't it? What all is the benefit of the guru-disciple relationship? By having a guru in your own life, literally, you don't even know when you will start manifesting the perfect heroism. Others will tell you that you are starting to manifest, right? Because it will be so quick and so immediate, and without even any too much of effort from your side and too much of pain or suffering from your side, no struggle. As we see, like even in film industry, anyone who wants to be a superstar, an actor, or anything like that, they have a term. You have to struggle for a few years. That's a term that it's like inevitable. You have to struggle for 1 year, 2 years. For some, it can be 5 years or 10 years. But you are a struggler first, and then you really move into the industry and you become the real actor or whatever, someone who is actually appreciated, right? But that you don't have to go through all that. Nobody tells people that. You don't have to go through any of that, even in real life, not just in movie industry or anything like that. Even in real life, people have this cognition that we have to really struggle hard and do this, this and that. Only then we can manifest. No. If you believe that, you will actually manifest that. You will manifest the struggle. But the powerful cognition is that life is simply possible. Simply life is possible. Just some alteration from within, consciously building the right inner image and completion with everything else, all the negativity, all the powerlessness, everything else. When we complete with it, we simply manifest. Simply we project the whole reality that we want to create.
It depends on also what you're integrated to, what you're going to decide to be. You create a beautiful inner image for yourself, but you have to be integrated to it. This is me, this is my life, I will be working for this. And if anything comes as in the way, or if I perceive it as in the way, I will perceive it as a gift. Because that is the way you conquered your villains. Because everything that comes from outside is a gift to you. And that is the way that you would have become a hero, by conquering the villain, that everything that comes from outside is something that is going to be against me. When you conquered it, you will have such humbleness in your life to be able to receive everything that comes outside, not as an obstacle in your path, but receive it as another lesson, as another thing that you need to learn, that Paramashiva is giving and teaching you how to move forward in your life. And in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's case also, his gurus literally told him how to attend to Hindu activists, how to maybe support even their work to bring up Hinduism, to empower Hinduism and Hindu activities around. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was told that he should engage even at the young age itself, to go to the Hindu activist meetings, attend to them, see how they communicate, and even contribute. See, they may be doing something beautiful for a temple that's nearby, for a Hindu activity, or for a festival that's nearby. These are all the beautiful activisms.
Actually, remember the Supreme Pontiff giving these examples that he, at that very young, tender age, he used to gather money, go around, his the town and neighbors, gather money. And that time there was some activity when bricks were being taken for the Ayodhya Rama Mandir, right? At that time, he himself gathered some funds, created, got some bricks ready to be sent. Himself chanted the Ramanama. All these activities, he himself was being trained by his gurus. It was they who were chiseling his identity, his inner image in that powerful way. And that young age, right? When it comes to these activities, or it comes to giving, they were even taking him to the discourses, making him do all the religious and spiritual discourses in front of a huge audience at that young age. Right? That is the kind of grooming that he has received from his, only with the blessings of his gurus, because they were the ones who were doing the hard work. They were the ones who were doing the struggle.
And they did so much to even ensure that he's also passed on to have the continuous training also. After they know that they are going to leave the body soon, they gave the sannyas initiation to him and blessed him and gave him all of the knowledge that they have, and even what we also describe as the Yoga Pattabhishekam, the ceremony of the graduation, the coronation of having successfully mastered yoga, Vedanta, and Tantra. This Yoga Pattabhishekam they did. But then after that age of 16, they recommended that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism goes and joins the Ramakrishna mission, and there become a brahmachari and be a part of their sampradaya and learn how they worship their guru, learn everything about them. And this was literally guidance from his gurus to go and be a part of the Ramakrishna mission. And the guru is not a person who wants to keep his students. He's for the student's life. The guru is a person who's for the student's life and thinks for 100 years of that student. See, I'm not going to be there means who's going to take care of this person? Oh yes, this environment, this ecosystem.
Actually, what people don't know, just during this incident, when the whole planning for Ramakrishna mission and him sending Swamiji to get trained in the Ramakrishna mission was happening, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at that age, he did not know that the three gurus that we talked about, right? Mataji Buddhananda Puri, Raghupati Yogi, and Sri Sakki Swamigal, they were about to leave their bodies. That's why they were planning everything, how to pass on the baton to the next level of training for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Only later he came to know that was the whole planning, the level of planning that they were doing. That okay, now our job is done. Let him get trained from the the other gurus, other sampradayas, other organizations who've already established. And so much of respect and reverence the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has for Ramakrishna mission, the training he has had there, the life he has spent.
And they literally gave him the contact and connected him to the Ramakrishna mission and said he is the person. Then he entered the Ramakrishna mission as a volunteer and then took the Brahmacharya Diksha that they offered there. And then he continued for only just 10 years, and he worked for some time there.
And he did all kinds of work, cutting vegetables, taking care of the kitchen, even cleaning the washrooms and everything. He said that everything you have to do, a brahmachari has to do. That is the only way to chisel the right inner image inside. To have that humility, have that humbleness. Even later he speaks that one of the great, the seniors from that, I forgot the name, he visited, and when Swamiji, he was at that time, he was already an established figure. He was giving discourses. He had created adhinams, right? He was giving a discourse, and he from Ramakrishna mission Guru, he's coming then and he's secretly watching and his satsang. And suddenly Swamiji comes to know that he is present, and he goes, I cannot do this droha. I cannot be on the stage, and while you are listening and you are in the audience, but he himself, he says that no. You go ahead, it is your time, and for the first time, I'm the one listening to you. So that is the humility of the gurus. They are the ones training, and when the disciple reaches a level, and they are the ones who are cherishing the achievements of the disciple. Right? That is the kind of training which we are talking about. It's not like competition between the guru and the disciple. When the guru sees the disciple manifesting the heroism, everything, the perfection in his life, guru simply rejoices in that. He simply just adds the compliments that whole thing. And that's what the Supreme Point of Hinduism basically is bringing out the point, that the whole training in Ramakrishna mission, and even before that, all his gurus, the entire Guru Parampara, everything, all his influences also that you said, right? The term which you used, everything, the whole, all kinds of training, it helped in creating the conscious blueprint, the perfect inner image in himself. It is actually the Moola Linga on which the entire KAILASA is now being created. That is the blueprint, the basic, the conscious inner image, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism chiseled from his young childhood with the help of his gurus. And actually the gurus only did it for him. That is the truth, right? And that created the conscious blueprint, the Moola Linga, on which the entire creation of KAILASA, the revival of KAILASA, is now standing. That is the root of this entire, the magnificence, the grandness of this whole mission of the KAILASA revival that is happening on planet Earth even now.
Yes. Every brick of Ramakrishna mission is built by integrity.
Yes.
And that is one of the values that he amazingly we see and experience in KAILASA, how the integrity is in every part of how they conduct their accounts, how they conduct their temple, how they conduct every part of their revival of their sacred traditions, whatever it is they do. We have seen the Supreme Pontiff again and again tell us that it is that he is indebted to the Ramakrishna mission and what he learned there, and how they literally know so much about Hinduism and how Hindus want to learn about Hinduism. So that is also a point that we wanted to share, Maharaj. Whether it is whether it is in Tiruvannamalai or in Kanchipuram or in Madurai, there are so many branches of the Ramakrishna mission, and they have done so much of gift giving to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and they're literally a gift to any youth today. And he also says all the youth in India who are between 18 and 25, he insists and recommends very strongly to have this brahmacharya training.
Yes, exactly. Because he himself experienced this training. That's why again and again he sings the glory of his gurus. He sings the glory of entire Parivrajika years and all the training that he received in Ramakrishna mission. Each and everything that he has learned, he's infusing into his own life, into his own mission of building KAILASA on planet Earth, reviving this ancient enlightened civilization on planet Earth. That is the importance and the significance of building a conscious identity. That's how a real hero is chiseled from his young age, year after year after year. So much of training, so much of dedicated, so much of devotion. And actually he enjoyed these whole years. Whenever we listen to him talking about his years of training, there's no sense of struggle. You know, that word is never really a part of his vocabulary. It was a struggle. He just sings the glory. He just cherishes each and every moment of his time that he spent with all his gurus, all the organizations, all the Ramakrishna mission, and everything, even a mystic in the deep Himalayas he would have experienced and had even a small conversation with. He just experienced he just sings the glory about this whole training. That is the importance of building a conscious identity, and that is exactly what makes us a true hero in our life. And if we want to have the similar experience in our life and have the initiation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, we invite you all to join the Maha Parama program and be a part of this experience, powerful experience in your own life. So just look at the details.
And we have the opportunity to invite you all to the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism today. Beautifully, he is going to be giving the darshan and giving us the glimpse of the Nataraja Murti. And the
darshan is in 1 hour.
Yes,
it's a big announcement that we want to make to all the viewers. The darshan is going to start in 1 hour. Immediately, we request all of you to sign up and join and fill the intention form. Either scan the QR code or directly put a WhatsApp message to the number that is being projected at the bottom of the screen. Right now, put the message and we'll get back to you immediately. You can join right now. The darshan is starting in 1 hour. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is himself gracing the entire being with his presence. He's opening himself up to all the people out there. You can now have this experience for yourself, change your life forever, have his darshan, even possibly communicate with him. Anything is possible for you. Just in 1 hour, the darshan is going to start. We request you to join now. The session is already going on. The preparations are already going on, and he's gracing in the form of Nataraja Murti
Yes,
today,
yes.
right?
Get everyone ready. Get your family ready. Get
Yes.
everyone. Move your appointments and get ready for this beautiful darshan that's going to happen. It is something that you
Yes.
do not want to miss. Nataraja is such a beautiful form of Paramashiva, and when
Yes.
the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is in the bhava of Nataraja, it is something you never want to miss. It is something you
Exactly.
always want to catch.
Yes.
So let's get
And
ready
as
for
we are
this.
anyway talking about life being a navarasa nataka, right? And
Yes.
you being a perfect hero and literally mastering this whole cosmic dance, who better to learn from than the Lord of Dance himself, Nataraja himself?
Yes.
When Paramashiva himself is giving you the darshan in the form of his ultimate living manifestation, Paramavatara, Bhagavan, Nithyananda, Paramashivam, giving the Bhava Samadhi darshan of Nataraja himself and giving you, initiating you into all these powerful cognitions and making you manifest as the perfect hero
Yes.
that you want to be in your own life and for others, be it your family and be it for the entire world. You can become that hero. That is the promise with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is giving to all of us. And we again request all of you to join MahaParamashivoham now. Go to the details at the bottom of your screen. It is being projected. The phone number is given, and just put a WhatsApp message on that phone number, and we will get back to you immediately with all the details, and you can join just in a few minutes.
Yes, Maharaj. So thank you all for joining us, and we can come to the conclusion of today's segment, and
Yes.
we can end with the Purna Mantra.
Yes, exactly.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes.